I'm Nathan Baker. I'm the Chief Executive of IOM, the Institute of Occupational Medicine, and I had the pleasure today of being the chair of the Future of Work conversation, and it really was a fantastic conversation. So I think the starting point for the Health and Safety at Work Act is probably good start, much to do, and that's what we're going to try to explore today.
You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was time well spent, spending time with other people in the industry, getting other people's perspectives, and talking about subjects really close to my heart, so no, I really enjoyed it.
I think there's been a huge erosion of quality of life in the last probably 15 years as a result of the implementation of technology. So I find that really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to exploring that with everyone today.
I think the BSc does a really great job at promoting debate and discussion around the underlying principles that we all have to have regard to. And I say to clients, well look, if you have 3 members of the same team going off with stress-related conditions, do you do the same thing? Would you start with an investigation in the way as if you would if somebody was had a broken leg in a workplace safety incident? And the answer, of course, is no.
I think the event is so timely. We're in such a fast-paced, changing world right now, and in 10, 15 years, I'm sure it's going to look vastly different. For me, it's just always got to come back to the people. It's got to come back to the people and risk management, and I think we overcomplicate it by trying to add on well-being and stress, and that's when, going back to the discussion earlier, when I think companies don't know what to do.
It's really good to be able to listen to another side of it, but also it's good to put that point of view across to another side, you know, to say this is actually the reality. It's all right to sitting here, you know, with nice jobs and, you know, sitting back and we can do what we want, but there's a lot of workers out there who are in really bad employment, you know, really indecent conditions. We work a lot with workers that are not trade unionists, that are not in our trade union organised workplaces, a lot more vulnerable, you know, that they're working in casualised workplaces where nobody's, you know, no one's enforcing the health and safety legislation, never mind anything else.
It's an opportunity to reflect on the progress that we've made, but also to reflect on the role the British Safety Council has in the future, in dealing with the future challenges of the world at work and the future challenges that the fast pace of change that we're seeing in the advent of technology will mean for workers throughout the UK and beyond.
What are we doing to give people skills that they'll need in the future? What are the jobs of the future that will be required? You mentioned the climate crisis, and that's not going to go away anytime soon. And are we creating enough jobs in that space to be able to help shape the future and make it safe for future generations?
We all accepted in there that we have a part to play in this. We can actively make things happen. We need to get people engaged. I think one most common thing that came through was consultation and making sure people understand what's going on, and critically that we don't try and find a one-size-fits-all, that we recognise that each individual organisation, its cultures, its people, its demographic requires specific interventions.
In my career, I've seen it so many times where people have just assumed that somebody who's in a manual job isn't going to be able to contribute to a decision, which is massively wrong, because I've found it myself on numerous occasions when actually you ask the person who does the job how's the safest way to do it, they're the one who knows how to do it properly.
You know, our whole workplace should be centred around how as society, it's a reflection of society, how do we make things better in society, you know, for workers and for society in general.